Seconds.
My new girl, she gon' wine for me. Yeah, yeah. She don't ever wine to me. Yeah, yeah. And she don't ever mind for shit. No, no. And I don't hate you, all we had was fun. Got nothing against your love, but I gotta level up. I gotta level up. Level up. I gotta level up. Got nothing against.
Deal Show. I'm your host, Terrence McCray. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard a very, very sultruous sound from the gentleman by the name of Ken Fleming. He's an R&B singer in Los Angeles, California. He just put it out a new CD. His stage name is Keno Journey. So recognize that. Welcome to the Close the Deal Show.
Oh man, thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely. One of the things that we like to do on the Close the Deal Show is give entrepreneurs as well as young up-and-coming artists an opportunity to not only brand themselves, but to let the people know, not just in the Bay, but in beyond the Bay Area, what you're doing in order to make something of yourself in the business world, because it can be a struggle.
For sure.
Absolutely. So, Keno, I have a lot of viewers always watching the Close the Deal Show, trying to learn new strategies and ideas of how to market themselves. You know, what is it like personally going through the process of being an unknown artist and trying to get your brand out there?
For one, it's pretty tough. You know, it's pretty tough. What you have to do is you got to learn how to actually market yourself when you don't actually have like a marketing team or any type of other help. You get me? So what you got to do, for number one, you got to have motivation and ambition.
Okay.
You know, out the gate. So that's like first and foremost. You get me? After that, you got to have, you know, you got to be able to be coachable. Be able to be coachable from just people who've already either been in the position that you want to go to, or are in the position that you want to go to. So just being coachable. That's like the main course.
So how long you been singing?
Singing, I've been singing since I was probably since I was 8 years old. But I've been taking it serious for about a year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So since you came out with your CD, how have you brand your marketing technique for your music?
What I did was, platforms are big, so you want to learn which platforms for your music to be on, and you want to also learn, you want to kind of direct your you want to have your main focus on, like I said, the other people that you at first you want to just basically learn off of like other artists and stuff like that. You get me? So what I did was I kind of sat down. I learned from like my idols and stuff like that.
And who are they?
Like Tyrese, Jamie Foxx, you know,
Okay.
Jagged Edge, you know, 'cause I'm an old soul, so you know I'm a big Jodeci, Jagged Edge, you know, that's like my era. So what I did was I kind of paid attention to like their marketing, you know, their marketing schemes and stuff like that, you know, which platforms to put it on. So now at this point, now I got my music played on Spotify, Apple
Oh, you
Music.
got your music on Spotify?
For sure.
Let me hear one of your songs. Let me hear. What's that? Fake Love. What's that intro?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Journey. This is the intro. You know, it's all highly reserved, nigga. Sure like too. I was homeless doing shit I never did before. I was getting passes, taking showers at the 24. I put that on the Bible. Welcome to the Himalayas. Faking love just for survival. So I'ma go and get it every morning. And you know I'ma get it if I want it. I know that it's step before the sign. Never cross your partner for the pussy or a dollar. I got new ones, I got new needs, and I got new locks. It ain't no new keys. I got new ones.
So who did you work with to put this album together? What producers?
Honestly, what I did was YouTube is like a big platform to where like for new artists who don't really have like set
production or production team, stuff like that. So what I did was I went to YouTube. I kind of learned my sound. It took me a minute to kind of figure out how I wanted myself to sound, how I wanted to present myself to my listeners and my own personal audience. What I did was, so I snatched I paid for a lot of beats off of YouTube. I did that. That's just to give you like just to set a foundation for myself. You give me just so people I can broadcast myself. I could kind of, you know, showcase my talent. You give me just by that. So
you can actually sing.
Yeah, for sure.
How can I tell?
Baby, I'm in love with you. Baby girl, I am the one for you. Even though that it may not seem. So baby girl, you're the one for me, yeah. Tell me what I gotta do to make it last. All the other dudes that hurt you, put them in the past, baby. And then you feel me, I just do something like that.
Okay. Okay. So, who's your audience?
My audience is women. My audience is women, for the most part. But I also make music for really everybody. You know, I got a reggae joint just to kind of like showcase that I'm versatile.
Okay.
You get me? So then I also got real music for the fellas, you know, who going through it, because, you know, from my past, you know, I didn't have it easy. You know, so I had to kind of figure it out myself at an early age. So I talk about a lot of that, you know, in my music.
When you say going through it, like the struggle of what? Not having a father figure.
That's probably the first.
Being homeless or something to that effect.
So father figure, that was for sure. That's like, you know, not to be biased or anything, but that's like the typical, you know, young black boy story. You get me? And that played a major part. So my father wasn't really in my life, you get me? So therefore I had to learn from the male figures around me, you get me? Just as far as, you know, growing up. And then outside of that, I was homeless at, I want to say 16, so I was sleeping in cars, trailers, shelters, you get me, stuff like that. So, but I figured it out, you know, it's just, I had to take it with a grain of salt, you know, keep God on my side for the
First and
most part.
foremost.
Period. So I did that. I had to learn myself. I had to love myself before I can, you know, progress or capitalize on what I'm really trying to do.
So you've been through a lot, but at the same token, you sound like you made a lot of deals. And how was you able to close these deals, connecting with the people to get yourself up out of the situation, to be able to get on Spotify, to be able to pay for tracks on YouTube? You know, what was the steps and process to all that?
The steps and process, I want to say, number one is you gotta keep faith, and then I want to say that you need to believe in yourself. Number one, believe in yourself first before, don't listen to nobody else, you know, because sometimes, depending on how you grow up, you know, it can affect how you make your decisions, you get me? So you might grow up to where you depending on somebody, or, you know, you looking for a handout or something like that. Even it's never too late to figure out your own path, and it's never too late to make, you know, to if you were making bad decisions, you know, get right with yourself. But you gotta believe in yourself. So I had to believe in myself. You get me, by just you know, having my own mindset. You know, like, I want to be on Spotify. So what do I got to do? You know, I had to ask people around me. You know, it's always good to be, like I said, coachable. You want to be able to ask people and be able to take constructive criticism. You get me? A lot of people can't take constructive criticism because of, you know, pride for sure, and attitude. So that's like, you got to be able to not be too cool for this, not be too cool for that. You know, you got to be understanding. You got to be willing. You know, that's like number one, be willing. And yeah, you just got to take it and go. You know, you basically just got to set a foundation for yourself first, and then you take the pieces from everything that you learn, and you start building up your you know, you start trying to reach your main goal that you're trying to accomplish.
So did you write your own music?
For sure. Talked about them.
Okay, let me hear track 6.
Track 6.
Which track 6?
You versus me. So this is like a track that this is a little more emotional, because I feel like everybody's been cheated on. You know, everybody been cheated on. So you know, so I just made one of those relatable songs.
definitely. That was, right up my alley, Yeah, I like that vibe. That was a nice vibe. So, one of the things that always I ask an artist when they're doing music is, what kind of influence do you think your music will have on our youth today? You think it would be positive? Do you think it would be negative?
The thing about the youth, in this millennial generation, I feel like regardless to how I portray myself, regardless of how I portray myself, the generation is already like they're making a lot of things okay, a lot of bad things, a lot of negative things that are okay, So the way that I'm carrying myself is I'm just more relatable to what the youth already know. So I'm basically just I'm talking about the things that they probably already dealing with within the household, stuff like that. It's just more relatable, rather than me speaking on negative situations. It's majority of my music is I have limited cursing, limited. It's probably 3 within throughout my whole tape. So just to show that you don't always have to limit your vocabulary, to what you grew up around. You get me? So I try to just stay in a positive lane, but more relatable to what they're already dealing with.
Okay.
So yeah.
So where do you see Keno Journey 2 years from now?
Keno Journey, I'll most definitely be in a different position, capitalizing off of just what I have. I can say that I've set my foundation for sure, just from all the time, effort, and blood, sweat, and tears. I could say, hypothetically speaking. I feel like I've laid my foundation. Now it's time to capitalize. So I feel like in the next 2 years, I'm really a businessman that just know how to sing. You get me? So I'm already thinking about what to invest in, rather than blow my money on jewelry or something like that. You get me? So I look at having a few businesses within the next 2 years.
So do you have any up and coming events that you're about to do?
Oh, most definitely. The 22nd of this month, December 22nd, I'll be opening up for Eric Bellinger. He's a local favorite of mine, so I'll be opening up for him, which by the grace of God. So.
And where is that gonna be at?
It's gonna be at the El Rey Theater.
Okay. So that's a nice audience.
For sure.
Okay. Do you have any more up and coming events after that?
Not to my knowledge. I'll have to, check in with my management.
Okay, definitely.
But to my knowledge, we just taking everything one step at a time.
Well, how can a person hear more of your sound?
Oh, I'm on Apple Music. I'm on Google. Just Google me, Keno Journey. I'm on there. Whatever. I'm on YouTube. If you want to watch a video or anything, just to kind of learn me, or you can watch this interview. You can watch this interview. And
can they buy your music?
For sure. You can buy my music on iTunes. iTunes for sure. But I will be. I just want to be heard. So therefore, I'm gonna give away a lot before I ask anybody to pay for anything. I want you to like what you what you gonna buy. You get me? So I don't want to just force anything on you. So yeah.
I've never heard that from an artist.
Yeah.
Usually everybody wants you to pay for something. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity not only to interview you, but to find out how you making deals.
For sure.
Okay?
I appreciate you.
Thank you for coming on the
Yes,
Close
sir.
the Deal show. Before we close this deal, you can watch us every Monday night on cable Comcast on channel 29, local in San Francisco, but you can streamline us on SF Commons channel 29 or 76 at 8:30 and Wednesdays on live shows. You can find us on YouTube worldwide. Just type my name, Terrence McCray, but also type Keno Journey and listen to his sultruous sound. But before we close this deal, again, make sure you make the right connections. Take care, everyone.